What's up? All right, we're live. Hey, what's up? Good to see you here. Let me move this out of the way. Cool. Yeah, Samyak is saying hello. Finally, on time for a stream. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And yeah, actually, you know what? There's something going on with the music that I want to just check real quick because I don't know. Can you even hear the music? I think I've been having issues with the volume. You see, the music is there, but when I talk, it goes really, really quiet. Let me know if you hear the music. I might actually watch the stream on my phone real quick, but in the meantime, feel free to drop any questions you might have. I just want to hear myself, like on my phone, watching my own stream, just to see what's up. Yeah, I barely hear the music. I'm gonna be quiet for a second, just because that way I can hear it. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, so I do have this filter where it goes down when I talk. That is normal, but I think I want to have it kind of more balanced next time. But it's fine. When I don't speak, it goes a bit louder. Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, that should be enough for now. Just let me know in case it's too loud or stuff like that. Yeah, either way, thanks for the help, Sam. Yeah. It always helps to get some feedback on that kind of stuff. I just need to experiment a bit more with the right levels of stuff. But either way, it's not bad. Okay, cool question. Okay, so do you know about Baudrillard's theory about the simulacra? No, not at all. Never even heard any of those words. Let me Google them. Scene 2. Baudrillard, I'm gonna assume that's how it said, believed that society had become so saturated with the simulacra and a life so saturated with the constructs of society that all meaning has becoming meaningless by being infinitely mutable. He called this phenomena the precision of simulacra. That's really interesting. You know what? I'm gonna take the headphones out for now. But if anything happens with the music, it's too loud. Especially if it's too loud, just let me know, okay? Okay, let me try to understand this. Society had become so saturated with this simulacra. What is simulacra? Samyak, do you know? I don't really get what the word simulacra means. Yeah, search simulacra. Yeah. Let me take a look. Simulacra definition. Oh, sorry. Definition. An image or representation of something or of someone or something. A small scale simulacrum. Yeah. So in Spanish, this word is, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the same meaning in Spanish, simulacro. For instance, if there's a drill, like if there's an earthquake or something, we would say, if we're practicing a drill for like what would you do in the case of an emergency, that's a simulacro. I didn't know it was the same meaning, but yeah, that seems to be the same meaning. And it's unsatisfactory imitation or substitute of someone or something. Yeah, pretty similar to that meaning. Kind of different, but yeah. Okay. So now, with that information, let me try to read this again to see if I get it. So yeah, Baudrillard believed that society had become so saturated with the simulacra, and our lives so saturated with these constructs of society, that all meaning has becoming meaningless by being infinitely mutable. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me more. Okay. Subject: postmodern philosophy. That explains a lot. Yeah, I don't like postmodern philosophy, being honest. Like the ideas that everything is subjective or that everything's meaningless. Well, that's more nihilistic, but like, yeah, I know. I still believe things are meaningful even after the constructs of society that we face every day. Like, yeah, okay, I kind of get it. To be honest, I'm struggling with this concept quite a bit. But I do believe that things carry meaning thanks to the individual, thanks to our individual desire for meaning. I don't think society makes things meaningless unless we choose to accept that. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts because, yeah, it's a brand new concept for me. I never heard of this before. Yeah, I'm definitely struggling with it. Interesting question, though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that properly. Yeah. Postmodernists. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson, for instance, and he always makes fun of postmodernists, saying that everything's subjective and everything's meaningless and society is to blame for everything. Yeah, I don't believe in that. Um, yeah, I believe more in the power of the individual to change themselves, and that's it. I think it's really hard to actually change societies from an individual point of view. Um, yeah, he doesn't say that there is no meaning of life because, but yeah, okay, of life. But he is saying that the objective truth is being so messy by social constructs that it might be inseparable. Hmm. I mean, the meaning of life and individual desires are subjective. Oh man, this is difficult. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to read more about this. So, who is this? John Vaud. I'm gonna assume he's French. Is he? Yeah, French. So, Jean Vaudrillard. Vaudrillard. Jean Vaudrillard. I love how over the top of French pronouncing is ridiculous. Vaudrillard. Vaudrillard. I do know a bit of IPA. IPA is the method through which you read the symbols to pronounce things that you don't know in your language, in another language. Oops, sorry, that got messy. Yeah, French sociologist, philosopher, and culturalist. Ah, he died recently. Yeah, I never heard of him. Yeah, but then again, I'm more interested in like ancient philosophy, so I haven't. There's tons of modern philosophies I have no idea of, to be honest. He is the cornerstone of modern philosophy. Oh no, I'm missing out. Now I'm getting some FOMO. Oh, this is in Spanish. Oh no. You know what? Google has been just assuming that I prefer research in Spanish and I can't change it. Even though I have it all in English, it just takes my location and assumes that I want everything Spanish. It's super annoying sometimes. Anxiety that an existing idea event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts in a scene on social media. Yeah, the fear of missing out, right? I don't know why it doesn't even say that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, interesting. Happy Tuesday. What's up, MR? Good to have you here. The real truth is being messy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you said something interesting about um, the meaning of life and individual desires are subjective. Yeah, they are. I think, yeah, I mean, this is true, of course. Everything is a subjective experience to a certain extent. I just don't like it when philosophers. I'm just gonna be cussing trouble here. But yeah, I just don't like it when some philosophers or like anyone debating is like, oh, well, it depends. Well, it's subjective. Like, that's kind of like it's kind of an obvious truth that I don't think it's a valuable argument in any conversation. I always get pissed when I'm debating with someone about something, like, I don't know, whatever. And people just always bring up the idea like, oh, well, it depends, like, well, it's subjective, or like, that kind of stuff. Because I just think it's obvious that things are subjective, and stating it, I don't know, it pisses me off sometimes when people bring that up in an argument and being like, oh, well, it depends. Yeah, either way, I'm getting in circles. What is Imar saying? I log in and we're talking about FOMO. As a future trader, I find that funny. Yeah, I think FOMO is everywhere, isn't there? It's pretty crazy. Yeah, but I get you. Like, for instance, I have been getting into cryptocurrency investments of that sort, NFTs. I've been doing my research and stuff like that, but yeah, it's not something I continuously do because it just takes so much time and there's so much FOMO involved. Again, for anyone just maybe coming in right now, FOMO is the fear of missing out, just fearing that you're always one step behind other people and that you need to catch up like crazy all the time. Yeah, that's the part I really don't like about certain things of like cryptocurrency, that kind of stuff. Like, it just feels like if one day you didn't read particular news of some changes that happen, everything's gonna go down the drain. So yeah, I get you. Have you read Homo Sapiens and Homo Deus? No, I haven't read it. No. FOMO. I'm experiencing some serious FOMO. Homo Sapiens. Well, Homo Deus, I've heard of that one, Homo Deus. Scene 2? Scene 2? Yeah, so Homo Deus, this book is... Okay, it's a new book. Well, relatively new. Homo Deus. No. What is the one that I was reading? What is that one called? Just Sapiens. Yeah, no, I got confused with that one. Sapiens, I started reading. This one. Is this the one you're talking about? Noah Harari. And this one is... yeah, they're both by Harari. Yeah, I assume you're talking about Sapiens. Yeah, no, I did start reading Sapiens. Pretty interesting. No, pretty interesting stuff. It is a long book. It is pretty cool. But again, like, yeah, I try... You know, like, that's the thing. There's so many books to read. I try to control my my desire to just read everything at the time, or even just to try to catch up with everything that's going on. So sometimes I just have to accept that I'm really behind on certain things that I should read. You know, I experience a lot of this FOMO. It's interesting. Now we're talking all of a sudden about FOMO, but either way, you know, I think we're gonna be talking about FOMO for a little while. So I'm gonna do a little card for anyone that comes in. We are talking. Yeah, let's put this. We are talking about FOMO. Oh, is it not appearing? There it is. You should see it right now. Yeah. Fear of missing out. Cool. Yeah, you know, so like FOMO to me was huge, like a huge problem when I was studying filmmaking. I mean, personally, like the way that impacted me, I guess. Yeah, because like studying filmmaking, people just expect you or think that you should have seen every film ever, you know, especially classics, especially, you know, how do you say this in English? Let me just search so that I'm not talking nonsense. Yeah, is this it? Cult cinema. It just sounds so weird, but yeah, I mean in Spanish it's like that. Cult cinema. Is that right? Just kind of like classic cinema that should cult film. Yeah, cult film or cult movie, also commonly referred to as cult classic, is a film that has acquired a cult following. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's like so big and so important that everyone has seen it. I can think of Clockwork Orange, The Shining, The Godfather, that kind of stuff, you know. So like when I was studying filmmaking, everyone just assumed that I've seen every film ever, and it was kind of annoying, you know. Like I would talk to someone that doesn't study filmmaking, and I told them, hey, I study filmmaking, because they ask, and they'll be like, oh, you haven't seen this specific film from 1947? And I was like, no, I haven't seen it. And it used to bother me a lot because I was like, should I watch it? Should I try to catch up with everything? And then I realized I don't even enjoy some of those films, so why should I? So yeah, when I started to realize that I could do whatever I want, my life started getting a lot better, like not having to meet others' expectations of what I should be caught up with, you know, like on the latest things of everything. So yeah, that has helped a lot, trying not to please everyone's expectations. Oops, I misspelled this. Expectations. Sorry, yeah, everyone's expectations of what we should be doing, right? Yeah, and just in case, Samyak, this is not an attack to your recommendations. I actually appreciate them. I don't think you're the one pushing over these things. It's just kind of like there's a lot of books that I've heard that I know I should read, but I haven't read yet. How do you feel something about the fact that philosophers that preach about human nature is quite eccentric and quirky? Who is quirky? The philosophers? They're the eccentric and quirky ones? Or the conversation about human nature? Let me know. Amar is saying human brains are designed to solve problems and make non-intrinsic connections, not remember to-do lists. Best you can do is keep running 7 things in your head. Yeah, so best thing you can do is keep around 7 things running in your head at the same time, let's say. Yeah, no, this is true, you know. Yeah, I do feel I tried for a little while to kind of like memorize or kind of have a mental system in my head of memorization for things that I have to do throughout the day, but I just don't think it's worth it, especially when there's such amazing apps that we can, you know, put that put all of that into and just like let the burden of that, let the app be in charge of the burden of keeping track of certain things. I think memory and, like you said, the brain power that we have can be used in better ways. I just want to show you global filter. Is it this one? Wait. Oh man, I want to show you like my. Okay, yeah, some of these are not private tasks, but I still want to show you. So, scene 2. Scene 2. Oh, let me just remove this. Yeah, like, so, like in here, like I keep talking about Marvin and I still haven't made the video, but I do want to make a video soon. But yeah, Marvin is incredible for just keeping track of tasks. Like, this is where I actually load everything off, just in relation to what Amar was saying, of just like deload all these things into a system. I really like this. Right now I just loaded the demo. I have a lot of tasks in my real one, but yeah, I'm trying to get a solid demo going so that I can make a video about this. If you guys are interested in exploring this, I can actually show you Marvin right now. It could work for me as a way to rehearse for when I make a video about it. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in Amazing Marvin. It's called. It's a task manager and project manager, and yeah, I really like it. Oops, wait. Yeah, we're not talking about FOMO anymore. Okay. I keep telling kids today to not take jobs that can be duplicated by machines. E.g., exempli gratia. If your job can be distilled down to a simple list of tasks, better find a new job soon. Automation is very good. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to take jobs that are low effort, as long as you still have like a side skill that you could use in the future when automation actually happens. No, I agree. Especially if you're talking about, people that maybe try or want to stay in that job for decades. Or yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, could it be a couple of years that automation starts taking over like more jobs? What do you have any examples of automation taking over jobs right now? Like jobs that literally 5 years ago were done by humans and now it's done by machines. Of course, if we think about it, like 50 years ago, there's been a lot of things that have changed. But I'd love to know if you have any modern, modern examples. Have you ever tried it? Tried what? Sorry, maybe I missed the comment. I can't find another comment by you. Dr. Cuber, J. Cuber. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see what you said before. So yeah, just let me know. Maybe your previous message didn't get sent. So yeah, just let me know. Okay, yeah, thanks for clearing it up, Samyak. So I meant that philosophers that preach about human nature have behaviors and etiquettes that are strange and generally not accepted in society that they are living under. Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, if you can, do you have any examples, philosophers, like this? I mean, I definitely know what you're talking about. For instance, Seneca. Let's just bring up a photo of Seneca just for the sake of fun. Scene 2. Scene 2. There we go. Yeah, like Seneca, he was very criticized for being a bit too rich, too wealthy for being a philosopher. However, Stoicism doesn't really say that you can't have wealth, But like, yeah, I guess he was preaching things that he didn't follow all that much. In the past, that used to bother me, to be honest, because I really looked up to Seneca when I got started into philosophy. But then I just realized, like, doesn't really matter, Like, there's things we can learn from people that preach certain things, even though they do not follow it to a letter. Like, no one's perfect. No one can actually meet the standards they set for themselves. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely good to admire people that how do you say, walk the walk. That they do as they preach. But yeah, I'm willing to forgive a lot of the flaws that people might have. But yeah. Yeah, knowledge worker skills. Yeah. So talking about automation, right? Managing people, etc. Yeah. That is true. There's definitely things that will take way longer. Let me just see if the music's still going. Cool. All good. Yeah, there's definitely skills that machines won't be able to replace. I think the more creativity you have in whatever you do, the harder it is to be replaced by a machine. Water break.
Water break activated. It's good to be hydrated.
Ah, okay, Dr. J. Cuber, you were talking about VimWiki. Yeah, I used to use VimWiki all the time. It's really good. Let me see if we find some photos at least. For those that are not familiar. Scene 2? Scene 2? Yeah, so here's some photos. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Like VimWiki is very much a terminal-based application. So yeah, I mean, it's great for those that actually love like spending time on the terminal. Things are way faster like that, but it's not a beginner-friendly thing. Yeah, I did use it quite a bit, and I do enjoy it. I actually used it before Obsidian, before a lot of these other apps that I've been testing, and I really enjoyed it. But now that Obsidian exists, now that Logseq exists, yeah, I personally don't have a need for it. Particularly because I teach this kind of stuff, you know, because I make videos about it. I want to make it beginner friendly, and I want to do things that people search for, and that I believe is gonna save people's time in the long run, maybe. Whereas something like VimWiki, because it takes so much to learn, yeah, to me, like, it's not a beginner friendly thing, and it's not a time efficient thing to use, unless you're already a very tech savvy person, in which case I still think it's a great app. But it does have limitations, you know, and it doesn't have like the plugin ecosystem that something like Obsidian has, for instance, you know. But yeah, cool. Good topic. Thank you, Dr. J. Cuber. It seems then for philosophers to observe and deduce. Okay, I'm covering my face. Let's just move back. It seems that for philosophers to observe and deduce human nature are kind of detached from it and are a bit weird. I mean, many philosophers are rebelling or introverted or eccentric. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's interesting, you know, like, what is this phrase? To be... Let me just see. Yeah, I'm gonna mess it up otherwise. I just want to see what is the phrase. Because... to be... Yeah, okay, I mean, there's a quirky image right here, but like, I think it captures the idea quite a bit. Just move my face. Yeah, to be... Let's just open this in a new tab. To be in the world, but not of the world. Yeah, what does this mean to you, you know? Let me know, Sambiak. I'd love to know what you think about this phrase, or anyone else interested. But yeah, I like this idea quite a bit. I'd love to hear your thoughts before I cover it. But yeah, to answer your question in general, I admire the philosophers that can behave like normal humans without being, like you say, without being not a functional member of society. You know, like, at the end of the day, that's one of the things that I really like about Stoicism, for instance, that is, it teaches you to be kind of like a functional human and not try to change things beyond your control. So like, if one of the primary drivers for success and well-being in the world is money, then it doesn't make that much sense to go against the concept of money, because you need it to be functional. Plus, like, the idea that, for instance, with money you could do more good in the world. I like that kind of stuff, because when I was younger and I'm pretty dumb, especially when I wasn't paying my own rent and I wasn't paying my own bills all day long like I do now, I used to think that money was, and you know, not something worthy to strive for, or not something that a good person should strive for. That's what I used to think. I was very stupid. I actually made a video about it, which is pretty interesting in case you're curious. I made a video about that kind of stuff, which is, let me see, this is an old video. It's before all my Obsidian and productivity videos, and I still think it holds some truth, but my mind has definitely changed quite a bit. Is this one right here? Oh wait, let me just turn this on so that you can see my mouse. There you go. There we go. Yeah, so Stoic letter to myself, to my future self. And yeah, I just made this video. Actually, I love to watch it and see how my views change. It's not that long, so yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Okay, here we go.
Don't know how far in the future you are, or if you're even there. After all, memento mori, right? But here I am about to make...
The reason why I said memento mori, right, is like memento mori means remember your mortality. I got a tattoo on it. So yeah, remember that you are mortal, that life is ephemeral, it comes to an end, so yeah, that's the idea.
Huge changes. About to leave what could be called a more grown-up life. I don't know much in practice.
So I made this video before moving to England. So I was still living with my parents because I was finishing up university, and here in Ecuador, where I'm from, is very common to live with your parents during university, because we go to university in the same cities, we don't move away. That's kind of the cultural stuff. I'm happy to talk more about that, but yeah, I might pause and play and break it down. If you want to see it uncut, I can actually link it to you, or actually, yeah, just search in my channel. You know how to find it, in case you're interested.
Practice yet, but I know what the Stoics say, and I have a sense of idea of what I believe in. And today I want to talk to you about money. I'm sure your worries on it are far bigger than mine. And again, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm sure you struggle at times. So let me attempt some outside perspective from within, and give you some Stoic advice while I'm here. 1. Money doesn't make you rich. You know that wisdom and virtue are far more important. The love that you give and the love you get back is something that can't be bought or sold. So remember, there are far bigger riches in life outside of money. 2. Make sure your career path or the ways you're making money aren't taking away your virtue or your duty to be a good man. Remember, you want to create and learn. You want to make useful things and spread good messages that can help other people improve in a deeper way. 3. Don't sell your freedom for money. Your freedom to say what you believe in and to make your own choices. They are worth so much more than you think. And finally, like Seneca said, is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. So cut down on the desires and luxuries and learn to practice gratitude for the things that surround you. You already have what you need, it's all inside of you. Of course, I hope that you're far wiser than me by now, and that you don't need my advice. But if you listen to this and notice that decline in your progress, get up right now and get back on track. Practice your philosophy and fall in love with wisdom. There's so much progress to be made, there's no more time to waste. Yours truly, your 22-year-old self.
Wow. Okay, that hit me harder than I thought it would. Yeah, okay, so this was definitely a wiser side of myself that was more mature than me at the time. Especially in regards to money, like I didn't really know anything about money. Now that I'm self-sufficient, let's call it. Yeah, like I do. This hit me hard. It just seemed like advice from a version of me that didn't know about these things, but had some general concept and some good ideas about this, even though I didn't have much practical experience. So yeah, it did hit me hard, to be honest. This was 3 years ago, before I literally started making money for myself, to be honest. And yeah, some things really helped, because one thing that I still value quite heavily, I mean, I value all these things. I don't know why in retrospect I thought I was saying some stupid stuff, but no, I think it was pretty useful. Wow. Yeah, I highly recommend doing this kind of stuff for yourself. It doesn't have to be a video, but writing something that you want your future self to read later, I think is valuable, because your perspective changes over time, and you never know how much you can even learn from your past self, from like the ideals of what the future will be, especially when you are thinking clearly and you're being rational about things. But yeah, I definitely want to keep these values of not giving up my freedom to say what I believe in, to say the things that I care about, just because I need to make money. However, now being more realistic about what it's like to make money, yeah, it's definitely important to have like a certain amount of safety and security, so that you're still able to, at least to a certain extent, fulfill your passions and do what fulfills you, like I've been super lucky. Like I've been doing this YouTube thing for a year now, kind of like full time. I mean, I've been doing YouTube since I was 14, so that's 11 years ago, but of course this is the very first time that I managed to make a living out of it, and I'm super happy for that. But I honestly think I'm too lucky, and it's always like the fear of like, oh, is this like gonna run out? Like my channel isn't huge. It's not like I get tons of views or stuff like that, but because I make my courses and people like my videos, and because I promote the courses and I think they're good quality, people buy them, people support me, and it's that support that lets me keep doing this day to day, week to week, month to month, and I'm super grateful. And it's definitely interesting how so much has changed. But yeah, either way, that got a bit off track, but hope that that was helpful for you at least a little, because this was really impactful for me. Okay, I'm really falling behind on the questions. Let's see what you guys have. Yeah, so talking about automation again, good example of automation is logistics. There used to be humans in the loop of these logistic jobs. Now software does it much better as far as routing, distributing, etc. Yeah, that's really true. There's definitely things that machines do way better. Yeah, so Sam Yag is talking about like this kind of, talking to your future self. I always write myself 1 year ahead, and then when I receive my letter, and I can write myself another year. That's really cool. I haven't talked too much about this project that I've been working on, because to be honest, it's kind of a standby, and I wish it's very emotionally draining for me, I guess, to do. But it's this book that I'm writing. I've been writing it for, I think, 2 years. I think it's very close to when I actually made this video. When did I make this video? 2019, on June. Yeah, so... Oh wait, you can't even see that. Yeah, okay. 2019. Yeah, it's this project that I've been working on, where every month I write to my future self for a span of 10 years. And then my future self replies to my past self in letters. Like everything's kind of like a letter between past and future self, where I reflect on certain things, the progress that I made. And I think I should do it, man. Like I postponed it for a couple months, not on purpose, mostly because I guess out of fear, out of out of being scared of sharing this, putting this out in the world as a book that I can share with other people. It is kind of a biography if we think about it, and I always thought it's kind of egocentric to write a biography or things about you, but that's all we can write, right? Like, what do we know? So I think I should do it. I do have a very nice structure that I have in Obsidian, where I write it like that, and I have links between past and future self. Actually, I might be able to show you, because I think it might be pretty cool to show you the structure of how I did that. Yeah, let me see if I can open it. Yeah, it's very scary for me to write about that kind of stuff. Like, it's very personal stuff. Like, my parents have been going through a divorce. Well, they got divorced 1 or 2 years ago, and that process took a while. And I write a bit about that. It's kind of scary to put that out there, but I guess part of the process. Yeah, here it is, found it. Scene 2. Scene 2. Yeah, there we go. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty interesting, because here I have, yeah, let's just do it like this. So here I have, let's just close this. The particular year when I started. So yeah, on 2019. These ones were handwritten ones. So I wrote this, on paper, and I want to transcribe it, and I haven't done it yet, but I do have it saved. And then each entry that I have, I'll show you. For instance, this one, I start with Dear 24. So this was me when I was 23 years old, and I'm talking to a version of the future that I already replied to. So like this one, it says, read the entry above, read this entry. And then here's my reply, Dear 23. I haven't made as many responses yet. I've been slacking on them. But yeah, these are all the letters that I've currently done for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so I've done this for a year. Yeah, for a year. But as you can see, I've been slacking all of this year. I've only done one entry. Man, such a shame. Like, I can't believe I pretty much just keep almost a whole year. Okay, so this year, actually this month, I'm supposed to read this one. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it after the live stream. I think I should do it. I think it's important. And then I compile all of these into a book. That's kind of the logic. I hope it made sense. But yeah, every time I write a new entry, let's say in December I'm gonna write something. If I'm addressing my 27-year-old, I'll be like, okay, I want to read it in this month, and I put something like this, and I go like, okay, this month I need to read this, and I'm gonna write a reply to that past version myself. Something like that. Money buys back time. the greatest finite resource. It is true. You know, I'm a big fan in general of just taking wisdom from films and songs. And there's actually one quote. I know the source isn't the most philosophical thing, but yeah, like Tony Stark in Avengers, he says that his father said that not all the money in the world never bought 1 second of time. And unfortunately, you know, I think he refers more to like bringing back death, right? Like once you're dead, doesn't matter how much money you have, you cannot bring back those you love or yourself. I think that's how the quote tries to, you know, embody. But I agree with this. You know, money buys back time. Like for instance, right now that I feel I'm pretty, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't like bragging, to be honest. But let's say I'm successful. Okay. I have a level of success that I'm happy with. Is not the ultimate goal. I doubt it will be anyone's ultimate goal. Like, it's not like I make that much money, but like the money that I make is enough for me to pay rent. And given the structure of the way I do things, like I make YouTube videos, I make online courses, I make some stuff like that. I have a lot of freedom in my day, and I can spend my day doing tons of things that I enjoy, like using my yo-yo. You know, I have tons of little hobbies here and there that are really fulfilling to me, and I just spend a lot of time doing them, to be honest. Things that I couldn't justify myself doing if I didn't have the freedom that money has given me, you know? By the way, this yo-yo, so cool, but I still need to get it the proper size. It's too long. I was learning this thing is really crazy. Did you know that you can get a yo-yo tied up like that? It's kind of weird. I still can't do it perfectly because if you pull it, you can get it up. But yeah, either way, yo-yo super cool, man. I want to learn proper tricks. Like the only trick I remember, I just got it, you know. I want to get into the proper hobby because so much cool stuff that you can do, you know. Like this one as a kid, I always knew, and it was so much fun to do. But yeah, either way, that's not my point. Emacs and org mode. Ooh, what was the context of this? Yeah, I love Emacs, by the way. Yeah, what about org mode then? Yeah, so org mode, I absolutely love it. Let me see. I think I can show you. I think I have it here. I used to use that a lot more in my Linux laptop, which is down here. But yeah, now that I'm in this Windows PC, you know, there's so many things that in Windows just don't work as expected. You know, here's Spacemacs, which is kind of like a variation of Emacs that works with Vim shortcuts, so it's like much better for shortcuts. And yeah, I really love this one. Let me see if I can. I think it's still loading. That's the annoying thing about Spacemacs, it takes a while to load. But no, org mode is incredible. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it to people that are very technical. But yeah, like I said, like to beginners, these kind of things are just a huge time commitment, and I don't think they necessarily make you more productive unless you really enjoy them, you know. So here I have a test. Let's see. Oh man, did that not work? User, yeah, no, so these are my configurations, but yeah, so for instance here I have like a lot of code that I organize inside of these. Oh wait, I think I can show you shortcuts actually, which is pretty nice. Yeah, there it is. Let me actually try to find, yeah, let me see if I can actually just show you. It's a lot better if I find the real one. Okay, so yeah, I can navigate with shortcuts, which is pretty cool. Nodes, Obsidian. I think I have one where like it's like an org mode file inside of my logseq, because that's a cool thing about logseq. It works with org mode files. Yeah, let's open this one. Is it working? There we go. Fix org mode. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here, for instance, I was writing quite a few ideas that I had for YouTube. Some ideas that I was writing, drafts. You know, and here, this is a way in which you can actually link a lot of things, and you can actually organize things just with shortcuts. It's really cool, like have headings, subheadings. Let me just actually give you a better example. So yeah, you can have a heading. So this is a heading 1. And then let's just say we write whatever, right? I think I have some... Yeah, so... Oh man, this is some lorem ipsum, which is just some sample text. But I can't remember the exact shortcut I had for like having... What was it? For LP? I had a shortcut for like writing a whole paragraph, but yeah, never mind. I'll just copy this, right? So let's just say we have a lot of text in here. And now all of this can be folded inside of this. You know? And it's really, really cool because everything is heavily shortcut oriented, you know? So like now, if I want to create a new heading, I can actually indent this, and this can be actually, let's call it heading 2. And I'm using Vim, by the way, like Vim shortcuts for writing. And now you can see that there's this, and let's just say, okay, let's just say that we want to have like a heading inside of this. Oh man, wait. Yeah, if you don't know a shortcut, you can search it here. I was using another variation of settings and I kind of forgot what was a shortcut for converting anything into a heading. Insert comma, insert heading. Yeah, that's it. Let me try it. Comma, insert heading. Yeah, there we go. So comma, insert heading. There we go. Yep. And now this one you can actually indent it as needed. There we go. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And now you can fold this. Now you can fold things and you can have things organized in whichever way you want. And what's really cool is that you can even reorganize the order of certain things. Yeah, like that. I'm making a bit of a mess. I haven't been using this in a couple of weeks, I think. And I was setting a lot of configurations, so right now it's kind of a mess. There we go. It's because I have some shortcuts in Windows that are conflicting with it. Yeah, okay, yeah. But usually you can just rearrange this one with the one on top. I can actually turn off the shortcuts, I think. Let me take a look. Suspend hotkey, okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, I had some conflicting shortcut in Windows. But yeah, as you can see now, if I just create, let's just call it heading 3. Heading 3, yeah, there we go. Heading 1. Or title, you know, title 1, title 2, title 3, there you go. And now I can rearrange things just by going Alt J for down and Alt K for up. Yeah, it's just that I had AutoHotkey script that was conflicting with this. So I need to fix that a little, but either way, that's the idea. You can reorganize things very nicely, and that way you can just like have so much text, so much stuff going on, and easily write on that, you know, and you can save it. Yeah, either way, I absolutely love this. I think it's a great way to write, but it's definitely not beginner friendly at all. But again, if you're someone that is, I'm gonna close that. If you're someone that is very tech savvy, then yeah, it's a great idea. Sorry for the lousy demo right now. I had these conflicting shortcuts, which I just need to re-enable right now. There we go. Cool. My PC is a potato with 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's why I always try to find a lightweight application. Yeah, so if you want something really lightweight, then yeah, definitely Vim is way more lightweight than Emacs. Just because Emacs just does so much, Vim is definitely a good way to go about it. But is Obsidian slow on your computer? Because Obsidian is still pretty fast, but I get you. Like if you have a lot of stuff, it could get a bit heavy. There is one thing, if you're struggling with Obsidian, there's one thing that you can do, which might help. Where is it? Yeah, so hardware acceleration, it says turn on hardware acceleration, which uses your GPU to make Obsidian smoother. If you turn this up, yeah, I don't know if this might help turning it off. Just an idea, but I don't even know if you have a GPU. So yeah, I don't know, not sure. Sorry. It seems like they're eccentric mainly because they had time and resources for novel leisure and understood the critical benefit of that. That is true, talking about the philosophers that Samyak was talking about. What is Samyak saying? Oh, there's a lot of comments that I haven't seen. You're awesome, guys. Sorry if I lose track of certain things. I can't keep up with everything right now. Yeah. So yeah. We're talking about this quote right here, and I wanted to know your opinion. So let's see. You're living in the world, living through the life, but you're not of the world, as in that you made out of the ideas that commonly shape the world. I mean, I am physically, but not mentally. Yeah, that's kind of the idea, right? Like, not being part of the crowd, not thinking like the crowd does, but still being in the crowd because we don't control that part. Like, we cannot go live on Mars and start our own, culture in there necessarily by ourselves. Maybe that's a possibility in the future. But yeah, his idea of like, okay, we're in this world, so we rather accept that rather than deny it, but try not to think like the crowd. Try to be better than the crowd, because most people, by definition, they're average, they're mediocre, and we just need to try to be a bit beyond that, I think. Yeah, just be your better self as much as you can. I have been using the periodic notes plugin for Obsidian for something almost just like this, but I have a template in there that are the annual notes. Ah, that's interesting. Periodic notes plugin. I haven't checked that one out. Let me see. Man, I used to be... Look at that. There's 396 plugins. I used to be up to date. I used to try every single plugin when they came out, but now it's just getting out of hand, so I haven't explored them all at all. Like, nowhere close. But yeah, every now and again, I just like seeing what's up, especially because the videos that I make on it do pretty well. People enjoy them, and I enjoy making them as well, so it's a win-win. Yeah, which one were we saying? So it's periodic notes. Weekly and monthly notes. This is really cool. That's really cool. I like that. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to rest my throat for a second, so I didn't read it aloud. It looks really cool. Ah, yeah, this guy is great. He's made a few other plugins. Oh, why is he not appearing? Am I confused with someone else? Ah, yeah, I don't think you can search by person. Yeah, no, look, like this person is called Nico. And then when I search, there's another plugin. Did he make the calendar one? I think he made the calendar one. Yeah, look at that. Liam Kane. Man, he's a genius. This is the best plugin ever, like the calendar one in here. Just so useful. I'm covering it up, of course. Just so useful. Yeah, the reason why I haven't tried to replace the workflow of this with a plugin is because it is a project that is going to take 10 years for me to finish, ideally. So yeah, I've just kind of been wanting to keep it as manual as possible. However, for other purposes, I'm happy to explore something like that plugin, so thanks a lot for sharing. Buying back time, it means you can spend money to outsource things or shorten task lengths, freeing up time for other important things. Yeah, outsourcing things. I like that. That is true. Like, money can definitely buy you time in that way very easily. Or if not, just... yeah, that's a good point. Like, when you have more money in your business or whatever you do, you can outsource that. I'm wondering if there's other ways in which you can use money to buy yourself more time. Well, I mean, one obvious way, of course, that if you have enough money saved and you decide you don't want to work for a year, that's possible. Whereas with that money, you can't do that. Yeah, I've been debating quite a lot recently about, running this small business that I have going on. Like it's something that allows me to pay rent and stuff like that, but I do want to make it ideally as sustainable as I can over time, because these things always come to an end, so I definitely want to adapt and make sure that I know how to best do things in the long term. So yeah, I actually, my girlfriend, Grace, she got a job today. Today's her first day. So yeah, super excited for that. We were both working from home because this is a room in my house, in my apartment, and she was helping me. She was kind of my assistant, so I paid her to help me with a lot of like the little things in the business, keeping track of finances, keeping track of emails sometimes, or like I don't know, like or helping me organize certain things that I don't feel motivated to do, or don't feel like I have the time. So yeah, I mean, it is a shame because I really enjoy working together, but also like kind of working for myself lets me keep, let's say, more of the profit that I make, and helps me save more money if I'm not outsourcing things. So yeah, even though outsourcing is definitely a good idea to buy yourself time, there's also more expenses, meaning that now there's more pressure to make more money. And I've been questioning a lot about this idea of expanding, or like hiring an assistant, or like in general in the future trying to grow a business to an extent that there's several employees. Because yeah, for instance, like with the video editing that I do recently on videos, I've been spending a lot more time. Like each video takes me like 8 hours, maybe 7 on average, 7 hours to edit, and to film maybe another 2 hours, and to prepare maybe a couple other hours. Like there's definitely things like the editing process that I could outsource, but I do enjoy editing. Like I studied filmmaking. That was kind of like one of my favorite things to do, edit. Even though it's tedious and sometimes I don't feel like it, it's still something that I overall enjoy. And if I run out of business, if like this YouTube channel goes down the drain, video editing is a good skill that I have that I can monetize in the future. So I don't necessarily want to outsource that. Yeah. But I've been reading this book, Company of One, by something Jarvis. Forget his first name. Yeah, really good book. Really enjoying it. It's talking about questioning growth for growth's sake. So, keeping a company of one person whenever possible. And that's what I'm going to try to do, at least for a little while, and see where things go. But yeah, interesting idea. Like doing dishes by hand. Get a dishwasher, even richer. Get a maid. Hey, doing podcast editing? Outsource that with really good screencast, with a really good screencast. You get what I mean? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Again, it ties up a lot to this idea of like, if you always try to grow and outsource things, now there's more pressure to make more money. And personally, having the pressure to make more money is something that right now stresses me. So if I can find a way to make better use of the money that I already make by, it's tricky, it's very tricky because I definitely see how outsourcing things is a good way to free time. So I'm very conflicted on this, and I appreciate your take on it because it does make sense. For instance, that's a good example right here. I have a dishwasher, but I still do them by hand. Just because for some reason, I enjoy doing them by hand more than I enjoy using the dishwasher. I know it's stupid, but like whenever I wash dishes is a good time for me to listen to audiobooks or watch videos that I enjoy, that I'm learning from. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, I guess like each one of us has different ways to value our times, but like I definitely get the idea, and definitely those things make just total sense. I just guess it depends on what are the things that you really don't enjoy and you really wish you could not do to make your life better, like you said. And for instance, for me, like I have a guy that helps me do my taxes, and I pay him every month a little bit, and he helps me, and that frees me from a lot of the stress of that, because I feel like in Ecuador, here in South America, the system is really crazy. It keeps changing constantly. It's really stressful to learn it. And even though I feel I could learn it, it just drains me so much that I'm tired the whole day. So like, things like that for me make total sense to do, outsourcing those kind of things. So I agree. I definitely agree. Do you write? Hey, Corinne, what's up? Good to have you here. Do you write diary or journal? I tried started one, but it's hard for me to write where every day in my life are similar. Yeah, like even though your day... Well, yeah, to answer your question, I do. I have been doing it for 4 years every day. I think it's 4 years. I definitely want to find the exact date when I started, but I think it's around 4 years. And it has definitely changed the way that I think, so I really think it's something worth doing. And even if your days are usually the same on the outside, I promise you, and I know that they're probably not the same on the inside, and that's what matters. That's the kind of stuff that you can write about and you can benefit from. So highly recommend it. Start small, literally write half a page. I write by hand. I really enjoy writing by hand. I have like one of these, I don't have it here, it's in the other room. I have one of these old school. Okay, I'll show you. Be right back. yeah. Let me just be right back literally in 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I'll bring the pen just to show you and kind of like some other stuff. Okay, what's up? So yeah, I just went to get some stuff. I've even brought my Rubik's Cube just to pass the time. And this little toy that I've been playing quite a lot with, my kendama. Really fun. Let me just move some of these things. Yeah, either way, sorry. To my point was that for me, like kind of like a weird hack that I found was like making the act of writing more enjoyable. And believe it or not, this pen that I've been using for 4 years has made it so much more fun for me to write. It was kind of like a nice little, not necessarily a skill because, oh man, it's not focusing and I don't want to mess up with the focus. Okay, I'll just mess up with the focus, it's fine. You know, it's one of these, what do you call them in English? Totally forgot. Why did I forget? I love this stuff. I forgot in English how to call these ones, but like, you know, it's like old school, and I have cartridges of ink, and believe it or not, kind of having a nice way to write. You know, this is a cartridge, and I have like 50 of this. Just made it more enjoyable for me to build a habit. So find ways to make things more enjoyable for yourself. You know, I can't believe I blanked out of the name of this type of pens, but like, that's the idea. You know, so trying to make a habit that you try to build more enjoyable somehow is definitely. Wait, I'm just checking if I'm properly focused. I think it's good. Let me just confirm by doing some autofocus. Okay, that should be fine, hopefully. You know, so like finding things like that can make things more enjoyable. So that's one of the things that has helped me started the journaling habit. And I also have another one that is really really cool. Let me see if I find it quickly. You know, sorry, it's in a pile of books, and I'm gonna just ruin things. But it's like one of these ones, Camera 2, but without the ink cartridge inside. So you just have to, yeah, dip pens. You know, that's what the other one is called. Is a dip pen. You have the cartridge of ink, and you go like that, and you write on it. It just makes the act of writing more enjoyable, in my opinion, like stuff like that. However, this is the one that I end up using all the time because it's more convenient. It's kind of like a pen, but it just feels nice. But I do want to get a new one because it's getting really old, and it's very compact. And this one's very cheap actually. I can't remember exactly how much it costs, but there's some really cheap ones, and it just makes the act of writing really enjoyable, in my opinion. You know. Camera 1, please.
That's better. You got to say please.
Sorry.
No worries, boss. We are all good.
Okay, yeah, this is another great example, you know, using a text expander, shortcuts, Keyboard Maestro, Auto Hotkey to add another one for those in Windows. Yeah, just making things more automatic when, you know, I think make things automatic whenever you actually feel that you are being unnecessarily or taking unnecessarily long on something that could take so much shorter. For instance, I have like 5 different emails for different purposes, and writing them all by hand, that'd be super annoying. So I definitely have like a text expander for writing each one of my emails. I have systems for writing addresses whenever I need to write an address. Password managers, those are essential, something trustworthy. I do recommend Bitwarden if you don't have one. It's free. It's open source, really good. Whoa! But yeah, that's a really good example. What is your writing speed? This is another useful thing to improve, you know. Typing speed on the keyboard. My typing speed, I think, is... Can't remember exactly, so I might be lying a little, but I think it's 75 words per minute. Shall we do a test? Let's do a test. Writing words per minute test. I'm not incredibly fast, to be honest. But I'm also not that slow either. Let's just agree. Okay, I'm probably gonna be nervous doing it in the live stream, so yeah, hopefully I won't mess up too bad. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that was horrible. Okay, well, you see, like 70 words per minute, but with all the mistakes that I made, it really goes down. Yeah. I can do better. I know I can do better. I've definitely gotten to 75 in the past. But yeah, I have it. I really struggle to go beyond that. So yeah, not incredible, but definitely above average, I think. Yeah, the average type is right here. And I'm up here. Oh wait. It's still, oh man, that was such. I could do way better. I was definitely nervous. One thing that I've been working on and it's really cool. However, it takes a lot of effort. It's stenography. So, in case you're not familiar. Oh wait, let me just show you. No, let's just go to the basics. Yeah, so stenography, in case you're not familiar, it's a way in which you can. It's a way in which you can like write way faster. Like you could do 200 words per minute by using a different layout for the way that you write. So for that, you just need a special type of keyboard. Nothing too fancy. A gamer keyboard will work. So, you know, I actually bought this keyboard for this purpose. I wasn't even a gamer. Oops, wait. Oh no, my tripod is falling apart. Oh no. Camera one. Camera one. This tripod is so bad. I just bought it for like a couple bucks. And it's definitely not worth the hassle. It just kind of broke on me. Okay, either way. Camera 2. Camera 2. Yeah, there we go. Either way, I just wanted to show you the keyboard. Man, that was a mess. Oh man, there's an earthquake. Shit. There's a serious earthquake right now. Fuck. Things are falling. Shit. Guys, there's an earthquake right now. I don't know if I should leave. Will it stop? Oh man, it's shaking so bad. Man, I'm in the 13th floor. It's horrible up here. I think it's stopping. And okay, it's done. Man, I was in shock. The live stream didn't help. I didn't necessarily want to go running in the live stream. I didn't know what to do. Has it stopped? Man, things fell in here. Like, I heard things falling. Let me just go check. We're back, we're back. Wow. Yeah, thanks guys for being nice. Mate, go and be safe. Duck and cover. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's over right now. No, man, yeah, I was kind of stupid right there. I should have definitely taken cover. You know, those triangles of safety. I could have done that. I was just in shock. Yeah, I mean, be alert for now. Coming from earthquake-prone areas, I know that there can be a lot of aftershocks that can happen. That is true. Can't really hide from a quake. We had a 4.4 around here last week. Man, what's up, Scott? There was an earthquake right now. It was crazy, and it was even worse because look, like the camera just started like falling over. Like things went really crazy. In the kitchen, the mirror fell. However, it landed in a way that it didn't break. Yeah, it's definitely Scott's fault. Yeah, I'm in Ecuador. Yeah, no, we do have earthquakes. Not that often, honestly. Every 2 years, I think I've been in one, so it's not my first time. I clicked on everything shaking. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the camera shaking. Like in here, there's not many things. Like there's no hanging lamps, but it was one of the strongest earthquakes I've been in, to be honest, and I was in shock. Sorry if I was swearing. Oh man. That was crazy. Clearly, you're typing trigger tested into something. Yeah, that's hilarious. I was showing you. Yeah, look, camera one is all over the place. I mean, I was already talking about the tripod being unstable. That wasn't the Earthquake's fault, but I was just showing you guys how like this type of keyboards, just like bigger keyboards in general, they can help you. They can help you write in this way in stenography, and it's just like a way to write with chords. I'll probably show you that later. Let me just get back from from the chaos that just happened. So yeah, here in Ecuador, there's definitely, yeah, I mean, in different areas, you definitely experience earthquakes more often than others. I live in the capital, so that's Quito. And yeah, there's definitely earthquakes like maybe every 2 years, at least once, I think. But this was crazy. Let me open the window to see if there's any chaos. Yeah, I can't see that well right now. I got the curtain. There's a construction right next to me. It wasn't shaking bad, but things were moving. Someone clipped that. Yeah, I'll check that later. That's crazy. Yeah, no, so in camera 2, like camera 2, again, like this tripod is not very stable, but it definitely started moving, like it was shaking by itself. I don't know. I mean, I was also kind of grabbing the tripod, so it probably made it seem worse. But I never experienced oh, I think someone's calling me. Let me check. Yeah, my dad is calling me. Oh man. Let me just message him. I'll tell him that I'm in a live stream right now, but yeah, just to message him that I'm okay. I'll call him later. Yeah, he must be worried because I'm in a building and a 13th floor, what can I do? Like, if I were to, you should never take the lift, the elevator in an earthquake. If I were to take the stairs, that'd be 13 floors going down. Has friends off screen shaking his table for just moving the desk. Yeah, no, thanks, man. Probably the microphone moved quite a bit. I don't know. Glad you're safe. Yeah, no, don't worry. I admire your dedication to the stream. Yeah, I'm telling my dad that I'm on the live stream right now. But I'm just letting you know that everything's fine. Yeah, because I'm on the 13th floor. No way, is this the same keyboard you got? Because I'm on the 13th floor, it was really, really crazy. I mean, I've never been in a bad situation in an earthquake of like, like chaos happening around me, but if there was ever chance for one, it was this one. Good thing that it would have been caught on camera, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a crack on the walls. That was there before, though. I just don't know if it increased. I think it might have increased. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Let me focus. Yeah, like you see those cracks on the wall? I think they got a bit bigger right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they get bigger or not, but it certainly feels like it. Oh man, now I have to focus. I never experienced an earthquake, so I don't know a single thing about it. Yeah. So when I was younger, I did have this. You know how there's fight or flight response? Right now, I was definitely like the opposite. Like there's a midpoint where you just don't do anything, like paralyzing, and that was definitely my reaction right now. But when I was younger, and especially because I used to live in a house where I could get out into the street easily, yeah, I always just ran away really fast. Like there was one time where there was an earthquake when I was like, I don't know, 16 or something, and I was asleep because it was very early in the morning. And, you know, everything starts shaking, like things go crazy. And yeah, I just ran away. I ran into the street. Like, I ran straight into the street. Like, you know, I didn't put shoes on. I think I was probably on my boxers or something. and yeah, I was already outside. And my family that later told me that they were calling for me because I was on the, you know, I was on the third floor. It was a big house. And then my room was on the third floor. And I was already outside. They were being like, Santi, come down. There's an earthquake. And I was already outside, like half asleep, kind of like sleepwalking. They always tell that story. In 9/11, I heard about people walking down the stairs, so it's off. Crew's really crazy, but it is possible. Yeah, man, I don't know. Man. 13 floors, going down the stairs, I could definitely fall. You know, there's the classic thing of like, if you just run like crazy, you might do more harm. I honestly don't know if right now I should go down. Yeah, I mean, it might be safer to go down, you know. If you don't want to shake your protein shake, just... Man, that's crazy. No way. Did you go back on the video to see if you can see it? That's crazy. Yeah, guys, I don't know if I should maybe go down. Crazy. Oh, man, sorry. Yeah, I didn't even... There's a lot of messages I didn't see before. Sorry if I missed your messages. So the thing is that I'm not scared enough to be in panic, but it does feel like the responsible thing to go out of the building at least for a second. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna just to be safe, because yeah, it is very likely here in Ecuador that if there's one, there might be another one soon. So I think it might be safe to go down the building. Yeah. Leave if you need to do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave just because I don't know. I don't know how we can continue the live stream after this has happened. Aftershocks, yeah. No, it's definitely one of the strongest I've ever experienced. By far. And at first I didn't really know. I didn't even know if it was a real earthquake or not, because there's a lot of constructions right next to this building, and sometimes things just shake a little bit. So I wasn't sure if I was getting dizzy or something and being like, oh, why am I experiencing so much of it? But yeah, I'm gonna, just to be safe, you know, it's definitely good to be safe on these things. Have a safe day. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you, Corinne, for being here. Thank you, Samyak. Thank you, Scott. Hope to see you next week. Definitely keep an eye, you know, in the description. As always, there's the link to the live stream. I haven't been the best, but you know, at updating this on time, but like it definitely tells you when is the next live stream, so check it out. You know, notifications in YouTube can also help with that. But yeah, that's the idea. You got it. Hope to see you on the next one, guys. Can be productive in the Rumble. Go and be safe. Yeah, you know, it's the right thing to do, I think. All right, guys. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for being here to this dramatic event. It felt better not to be alone. At least I had your company, so I appreciate that. It was definitely a unique experience. Oh man, anything for the views, right? Either way. Have a great day, guys. Talk soon. Goodbye. See you guys. All right.